Hey guys, it's Mike with another Gilded Guardians video. We're going to do day 2 on this building blocks special event. We are on the free to play, and then we'll jump over to the main account after that to progress on and see how we're doing. On the free to play, we're basically going to be moving. We've got through novice medium. We're going to take on high, beat room 20 to open up expert. And then potentially after getting through room 20 on expert, move on to master. I think our high score on this account is probably going to come from either expert or master. It just depends on how fortunate we are and what kind of gear we can put together in the next 5 days. Currently our gear set, we just opened up tier 5 gear, so we're going to be moving that over to the champions. So where we left off was we had Yalmar, Toktan, Batu, Ferulia, and Zol. We're going to stay with that team. We do have some scrolls to allocate, so we'll get Toktan up to level 120. Probably start bringing Zol and Ferulia up to level 110. Although Yalmar, I think we'll probably bring Yalmar to 120 and then Ferulia and Zol to 110 if we have enough. I don't think we have enough scrolls to get all that done, but we'll work on that, getting them upgraded, and then anything we can do with their gear, we'll get that dialed in as well. And then we'll jump in there and see how far we can get. All right, so we were able to make some minor improvements to the team and get us ready for getting through high here. We're hoping to get through level 23 to maximize, get all the chests here. I don't think that will be a problem with this team and the gear and everything we have on them. Tanks up front, Batu in the back, healer and back row damage coming from a mage there. I do feel like Zol's kind of interchangeable. He does get the added 5% bonus for this particular event, but he's probably going to be the first person I swap out if we need to make adjustments to the team. I think that the 2 tank situation is working out pretty well. We could potentially bring in a Herc or some warrior up in the front in place of one of those tanks. But I think the 2 of them, because they're rares and they're kind of underpowered just because of that, having 2 tanks seems to be pretty beneficial. But we will roll through this, and I will bring you back in at the end, hopefully when we get past at least room 24. Alright, so we did make it to room 26 there. Toktan went down pretty early, I think around room 21 or 2, something like that. So we got through a few more rooms without him. But that's all we needed to do. We opened up the next level and we got all of the chests. So we're going to go ahead, use that second key, but we're going to jump over here into expert and take a peek at how far we can get into it. After going down that early, I think expert is probably where the free-to-play account is going to put up its high score. But we'll see. We'll see if we can get through all the way past room 20, because that's the only way we can unlock master. And then if we get far enough, we'll definitely give it a shot. We've got plenty of days left. So we'll jump in here and see what happens. All right, so we tried a lot of different things. We died on the boss in room 23. She had some sort of lifesteal going on as she was killing my people. She was healing herself faster than I could kill her. I tried a whole bunch of different things, but couldn't get through it. So it gives me something to work on. That is the second ticket for the day on the free-to-play account, but we did get a score of 38,828. So let's jump out to the leaderboards and see where that ends up. We did open up the next level, so if we wanted to move on to master, we could. I don't think it's going to be a benefit for us, but we can definitely give it a shot, and we have several days to do so. So we're in the top 1,000. Like, we're at level 631 right now, and I think we'll probably maintain that top 1,000 spot if we were to not do anything at all. But I think over the next 3 days, we're going to try some different compositions. We're going to improve our gear, and then hopefully level up a couple players here and there, and we'll see if we can press on. And if we would have got through that room, I think we probably would have added at least another few thousand to our score, and that might shoot us up into the top 500. So we'll give it a shot and see how it goes. I am at this point going to flip over to the main account and then press on with the main account. So if you're here just for the free-to-play series, feel free to bounce out. But if you want to stick around, see what's going on in the main account, we're going to go jump into the same grind, the same event, and see how we're doing over there. All right, well, I know I came over here to do the building blocks event, but I just noticed this. On day 7, I'm actually going to get an Oxalis. So I think this is a new part of the update. It could be, I'm trying to think, I'm almost into 2 months now on the main account here, so that could be part of it too. Or I just wrapped up 2 months on the main account, so that's pretty exciting. They're moving on to a legendary on the main account, so that's pretty good. I'm gonna jump in here and just make sure we still have our rare team all outfitted with our goods. So we got Ferulia here at 140, we got Calyx at 160, Batu at 140, Zol at 140, and Toktan at 148. I know his gear left a lot to be desired, and I've been trying to upgrade it the best I can. We did get a new chest plate on him, and we're trying to kind of move those up. So probably just going to use the 2 freebie tokens today, and until we get that gear, I don't know that it makes sense to buy a bunch of rubies or spend a bunch of rubies on tickets that we're going to get for free. But we are all the way to Master, and this is the first time I am fighting in Masters. So the highest points I've gotten so far is 48,000 on the main account, and that was under Expert. So we are going to jump in here with that team. We got our 2 tanks up in the front, and then damage dealers in the back, healer in the middle. You can kind of interchange the back row. It doesn't make a huge difference really. But we're going to get going on here, and I will bring you in hopefully when we have a new high score. There we are, room 19. We lost Toktan a little early. I got stuck picking up a bunch of crit rate curses, and I think we got up to like 70% crit rate, and it was that, or I was taking inhibition or exhaustion or something else that was awful, and it was like, oh my gosh. So it was a pretty bad RNG set of curses for me, and then I should have used the dungeon tokens to skip them, but I thought it was too early in the run. But now I have dungeon tokens and I don't have characters because they died. So that's where we're at. But so we're gonna go ahead and skip this one. We got 500 tokens, we might as well. I don't think we're gonna make it through here because we don't have either of our tanks going. But we got to room 20. I think that on the next go round we'll probably do a little bit better, just because we might get a little better RNG on those curses. But 56,000 is our new high score on master level, and I think we can take a peek on where that puts us. Let's see where we're at. So that puts us at 332nd in the leaderboard with 56,000. So I think we can do better than 56,000 with this team, and I'm pretty confident master's probably where we're gonna find our best bet. I don't think, yeah, we didn't even unlock legendary because we didn't beat room 20. So this is where we gotta fight, because we don't even have an option. So I'm gonna jump back in here. We're gonna give this another go, and I'll bring you back in at the end, and hopefully we do better than that. All right, so we are on to room 23. We have a new high score, I believe. We did lose Toktan in level 15. He died right at the very end, and I didn't have a chance to try to restart it and see if I could move his position or anything. But I do think if we got the chance to upgrade his gear, his survivability would go way up, because his gear right now is like level 1 and level 2. So if we can get him up to level 6, oh, that was so close. That would be pretty good. I don't think this is going to be my high score run because we lost Toktan so early. So we actually did end up getting through her, so that's pretty fun. 62,000, push that new high score a little further. We also got the 5 summoning stones, and I don't know that it much matters at this point, but we don't have a tank, so that's not going to do anything. I guess we'll take on this guy. We have Ferulia and Zol. So Zol actually does hit pretty hard when he does his ultimate ability. It's kind of sneaky powerful. It's probably not enough to drop an entire room by himself, but you know, hey, we'll give it a shot. I think for walking in this room we got another 301 points, so that's kind of fun. But that is the second battle today on the building blocks special event. I think that where we are, I'm pretty confident we're going to be fighting in master. I don't think we're going to make it on to legendary, although with one of the tickets tomorrow I'll probably give it a shot just to see how much better we have to do for the points to make sense. But we'll see, and then we'll work on Toktan's gear. And I think either tomorrow or the next day, depending on where we're starting to feel like we're making progress, we might try to just sub in Andronica or sub in a Herc and try some other combinations to see. We made it through that room. That blows my mind. I was sitting here talking. I wasn't even paying attention. I can't believe we made it through that room. So we'll take it. They're doing work. Feruli as a healer is actually really impressive, especially for a rare. I mean, obviously, when you get into the flicks and the Aquiruses, I think they do a better job. But for a rare healer, I think she does work. I mean, they're both topped off with health. They're starting out with invincibility. And I think the last room did as well. So let's see here if we can get through another room. That would be crazy. Oh, okay. Feruli is down now. I think we're done. We're done for realsies. But we got to 63,000 points there, so that's pretty good. Through room 24. So we'll take a peek and see if we made it a little bit higher on that leaderboard. We were at, what, 338? Now we're up to in the top 250. So that's pretty good. I'm actually pretty pleased with that. I do think that we can make some progress here and probably get closer to 75,000, maybe 80,000. But you're starting to see some of these numbers creep up. When we first started, they were around 102, 105,000. Now we're up to 157. So folks are putting it together, figuring it out, and doing what they need to do. But there are some great rewards available here. As we go in, look, first place getting 40 summoning stones and 30 calling crystals. So that's what we needed to have to summon Tamamo, or Tamamo is her name. Tamamo. I've been calling her Tamamo because I'm an idiot. But Tamamo. I heard that on the town hall meeting where they're talking about it. Like, Tamamo launch did not go well. I was like, well, that's because nobody even knows her name. But those calling crystals could have some Gen 1 characters and some other things in them eventually as promotions and events. So that's super cool. As we scroll down to where I am at the top. Oh, hey, we're not going to have to scroll that far. So we're right around here. We'd be getting 15 summoning stones and 200,000 gold. So nothing to shake a stick at. If we could get in that top 100, it'd be cool to start getting some of those calling crystals as well. So that's I think a reasonable goal, but we're going to need to see some moves and make some improvements to gear and potentially switch up the lineup and see what else may work. But that's what I got for you on the second day of the building blocks. We still have a couple days in front of us, and so we'll keep trying stuff and we'll keep on keeping on. I hope you guys found it beneficial and enjoyed it, and I look forward to seeing you next time.